Okay.
Good morning and welcome to New Beginnings Podcast with Michelle. I hope you're having a great week so far. We're at the end of the month and boy oh boy, January was a roller coaster. And we are definitely rolling into February. But before we get there, we have a pit stop. We in the last Tuesday of the month and we are going to share another person's story. We know New Beginnings is all about sharing one story and to help each and every one to enhance their well-being through the things that we do. So if we are impacted by in finances, as we talked about all month long, we talked about finances, whether it's through your community building or your relationships in your families or loved ones, or finding your purpose. January month, you want to figure out what your purpose is all about, or even health. And I'm all about the health. And today our guest is all about health as well. So we here at New Beginnings want to welcome you for listening in. Always, you can listen to us through YouTube or you can listen through Spotify. Now we could do videos on Spotify. Yay! So you can get to see us and interact with us. Leave a comment. Let's know what are some of the things that you're interested in. If you have any questions for our guests, do write it on there and we would be able to share more with you. You know me, I'm always with my affirmations, and this year, or at least for this first quarter of the year, one of my affirmations is that of I will change. I am willing and ready to change. And in today's case, I am willing and ready to change my health goals through the things I do to enhance my well-being. So we have to be willing in here to be able to get it done. Okay. So, yes, we're at the end of January. Don't forget your goals. We want you to keep your goals. So let's stay thinking about our goals. Okay. Today we are speaking with a really beautiful lady and heart and soul and spirit. I met her for the first time. Let's see. I have a picture with you in an Olympia competition. That was a while. I think it was 2000 and wow, that was so long. 2007, I think.
At least that far.
Yes.
For sure. Yes.
I think it was 2007 and I was all smiles because you were also at Arnold's. I think that picture is from Arnold's 2013. I did my first Arnold competition, Arnold Amateur, and I got to take out a picture with her, and I was so elated. I was like, I love this little gem here. She's a Spitfire fireball, and we were like about the same height, so that was good too. And Nicole Duncan is her name, and you can feel her level of excitement for what she does. Nicole has been such an inspiration to me because she has led her life through God and through the work of health and fitness. And her doing so helps me to do the same. And I love to have people, they don't know that they are my mentors, but they are. Because as I always say, somebody's always watching on, someone's always looking at you. So today we are speaking with Miss Nicole Duncan. She is an IFBB pro in the fitness category. If you don't know what IFBB is, it's the International Federation of Bodybuilding. And this is around the world. She is an Olympian. She has also been an Arnold Classic participant, and she has been able to inspire a lot in different areas of health, not just only in the fitness of bodybuilding, but she's also into dance and choreography and cheerleading. So she has influenced other individuals to keep at it and keep at their dreams in different areas of their life. So I'm talking a lot about you, Nicole, but I need you to share your story. So today we would hear from Nicole, who would share her story about who she is and what she does.
Yes.
Hi, Nicole.
Hey, everybody. I am, as you said, I am an IFBB fitness pro, but most of all, I'm a health and wellness specialist. I work with individuals who really want to take charge of their lives and get healthy so that they, of course, many of them have goals of losing weight. Some have goals of hitting the stage. Some just want to be able to walk up the stairs without huffing and puffing, right? Uh, most of my clients are everyday winners, right? They're everyday people. But yes, I got my start in health and fitness through competing with the IFBB. I am an IFBB pro. I got my pro card in 2006 and I competed in more than 30 professional competitions all over the world. It was very much an awesome experience, meeting Arnold Schwarzenegger, traveling the world, competing in Brazil and Toronto, and where else did I compete? I competed at the Arnold Australia as well. So that was amazing, right? So I've been to many places, and the best part of it all is meeting my friends, right? I have friends in the bodybuilding industry all over the world. And that has been exciting and fun to stay connected. But my story really started after towards the end of my career. And I say that, but the challenging part of my story started towards the end of my career. I have uterine fibroids, and I've had surgery multiple times to get rid of the fibroids, and I still have fibroids and deal with fibroids to this day. My body is just, proficient in growing these benign tumors that are connected to my uterus, and it's prevalent in women after we reach a certain age, especially in women of color. And so we haven't come up with, there's no cure per se for them, except for to have the surgery and have them removed, which, they could grow back or have other complications. So I had a few injuries prior to having my first, actually I had my first fibroid removal. Everything was fine. I was, back in the gym competing. And then I tore my Achilles. I had a physical injury. So I was down for a bit, got that repaired, started getting back on my feet, competing again. And then here comes the fibroids issue again. So it was just, then I got back on stage in my first Achilles tear was my first fibroid surgery, let me back up, was actually in 2005. Then I tore my Achilles, my right one, in 2013. And then I tore my left Achilles in 2016 after recovering and coming back to the stage. I tore the left one. I tore both my Achilles on stage competing. And then during that recovery of the second Achilles tear, that's when the fibroids started kicking in again. I guess the fibroids said, you know what? You had the surgery back in 2005 and we're back. Little did I know they never left. And I think some of the competing and the clean eating and all of that actually contributed to helping keeping the fibroids down.
I say yes because I have endometriosis. And I did also and still have fibroids as well. And
Mhm.
when I did my first surgery in 2003, and the doctors told me, oh, it will be back by 2008. And I was doing the same thing. I was competing a lot. I've competed like 4 times a year. So the clean eating and the exercise helped a lot in reducing the time or the speed in which these things would come back. It coming back, but the
Uh-huh.
speed in which it came back was longer than they expected. So
Mhm.
I totally get what you're saying.
Yes, that's, back in 2005, my doctor said, well, they could come back or they could not. They didn't
Mhm.
have a definitive answer for you.
Right.
And so my second surgery being all the way in 2017, that's a good 12-year span.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know?
Yeah. I had my second surgery in 2021, December. But I think
Ah,
after having my son in 2013, that kind of resetted things. So I had a 10-year and my son came and that kind of reset things. But then quickly after that, I would say probably about 2017, things started feeling really terrible again. And I had my surgery in 2021, December. And let's just say it takes a lot for our body to recover. So talk about that because recovery from these surgeries, a lot of people think you could just bounce back
mhm,
and think you can just become what you were.
mhm,
But in truth and in fact, there is some process that has to
mhm,
happen. So
mhm.
share if you can or want to, how was your recovery from your second surgery versus your first surgery?
Yes, very different. Because of course, my first surgery, I was 26. I
Mhm.
was super fit because I
Mm.
was in the prime of my competing days. Uh,
Yes.
uh, yes, that first surgery, I bounced right back. Like
Mm.
the doctor cut me, and he was just like, you know what, Nicole? He thought I was cheering on the Falcons at the time.
Mhm.
Um, and I had gotten benched because it looked like I was pregnant in my two-piece, uniform.
Right.
So, and I had to explain to them what was going on. And when I went into surgery, the doctor said, well, Nicole, these are huge. These are like the size of a grapefruit. I'm going to have to cut you. I may have to cut you up and down instead of the C-section cut. The C-section cut is a lot more discreet. You can get it low enough to where, if you're not wearing your bathing suit that low, it's
Yes.
low. And so he said, I'm going to cut you this way, but if they're too big, I may have to cut you this way as well. Because my concern was I didn't want a big scar. So, um, so he said, nope, everything was fine. He goes, I cut you. There's barely any fat. I was like, yeah, I've been working out. And he's like, and then there they were. I was able to get in there and get out. And so the recovery when I was 26 was not bad at all. And I try to equate it to, I'm assuming, having, if there's a moms out there that have multiple kids, when you were younger, that first baby, it was one thing, and by the time you get to that last one, you're like, my body can't handle this again. So the second one, you know it was a little it was well, it was a lot different. The second one, the first one, I was kept in the hospital maybe a day or two.
Mhm.
The second one, I was in the surgery considerably longer, and he kept me in the hospital considerably longer as well. And, you know, I didn't look at that as a bad thing. I just thought I just felt fine, and it was like it was okay. And I was like, it's gone. You immediately feel better. You immediately look down and you're just like, oh my gosh, my stomach is flat again. Now when I got home, and I'm not a well, I take vitamins and supplements quickly, but I'm not a pain or medicated. I'm not a pill popper, is like what I was about to say. I'll take ibuprofen but when they send me home with those, narcotics like, hydrocodone and, all that makes me itch. So I typically, and I, yeah, and I didn't feel like I needed it either. So, um, a few weeks in to the recovery at home, not exercising. I'm a good patient. I did what the doctor told me to do, just small things around the house. And I woke up one night in excruciating pain, um as if something was wrong. And I ended up having to go back to the hospital, go to the emergency room, because I thought maybe they left galls in there, maybe like what's going on. And uh my nurse, whom coincidentally ended up being somebody I knew, said to me what I was describing was similar to when women have contractions.
Yes.
And the only thing she could, or we could come up with, because we did the CAT scan, X-ray, we did everything, the MRI, we did everything. The only thing we could come up with was that my uterus was maybe going back, or
Yes.
trying to heal itself or settle in. And I had not experienced anything like that in my life. And the doctor was like, I know you don't normally feel pain and you feel fine, or you have a high threshold of pain, but you need to be taking this, at least
Recovery. Not
just
taking some notch down. Yeah.
yes, because when it does kick in, it was like somebody had kicked me in the stomach.
Right.
It was bad.
Yeah.
And it was different. I was older and getting back used to movement and that sort of thing. It was considerably a lot different than the first time. The first time I barely remember the recovery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing how our bodies change, or the life cycle of our bodies change as we grow older. And as you rightly said, as you got older, the experience from the first surgery is totally different from the second surgery. And it's like your body saying, hey, you wait up. I don't know what you think it is, but we need to cool it. That's what my body did in December 21. It's like, you could say what you want. You bounce back from your first surgery, you bounce back from your cesarean section, from your birth. This one, you gotta cool it. So literally, I had to cool it. Because what we have to understand is, in addition to our body trying to get back to normalcy, we have life cycle of perimenopause. For me, at least, I'm in my 40s. So it okay. So it started like, all right, you gotta hold up. We have control of this, but you know what? We have a God. And he has taught us to research things to figure out how to help our bodies. So what would you consider some of the things that helped you move forward from those challenges of having to recover from these surgeries, both the fibroid surgeries as well as your Achilles tendon surgeries, because those are both an internal and external type of recovery you had to. What was your mindset in terms of getting out of this?
Oh, wow. At first, being an athlete, I always just, you get knocked down, you get back up. You pick back up into your regular routine of things. And what I learned is, yes, well, that's good, but there were times when I was surprised by the internal and mental trauma that had, and I will contribute my working with other coaches, right? A lot of I love learning and doing. I always have a coach, right? And I don't just want to be a good coach to my clients. I also want to be a good business owner, right? Like, so I'm like this is not my expert level of expertise. So I'm going to hire somebody to help me. And so one of the coaches I worked with was, she had a life coaching certification. I said, this is perfect. This will help my clients because it's not just about lifting a weight or eating a particular, we have to be able to work with people on their mindset and figure out why they're not doing, you have given them the perfect plan. We need to discover how we can help them, outside of that. And so what I didn't realize is that I was going through that program myself first. And so it helped me to dive into the roadblocks that I was having, right?
Yes.
And I still have some of those, right? I'm still a work in progress. I was saying the other day is I have a little bit of a fear of getting back on stage to compete, right? Like not getting on stage to talk or anything like that. And you and I both know the fitness industry doesn't go anywhere, right? You can
Right.
compete masters and you can pick a different division,
Yes.
and it's there for the taking if you're willing to work. And but I had to come to grips with a lot of things. And through that program, I learned, and this is what I teach my clients as well, is that it's not just your physical health, is your mental health. So I do in my program, I'll share with you, I do these 8 rules. And I know that I can tell already they're going to evolve over time.
Yes.
But one of the eight is super easy, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but one of the 8 is like simple, getting 8 hours of sleep, right? Getting your rest. Beauty rest is for real, and recovery and for your mindset. The number 7, because the rest is about food and other stuff,
Uh-huh.
but the number 7 is 7 minutes of me time in the morning.
Nice.
That has been a total game changer. Now, 7 minutes for me, 7 is a divine
Spiritual.
number.
Yes.
It's a spirit.
Spiritual. Yes.
And I use those 7 minutes to pray, to meditate. Obviously, it ends up being more than 7 minutes most mornings.
Yes. Yes.
But I also give myself that time to reset and breathe, and I've extended it to other things in that 7 minutes. It's like, I'm grateful, right? I'm grateful for my past experiences, because what was tripping me up was that I wasn't back on stage, right? Like I wasn't in that size. I mean, I was in like a size 2, girl. Like this body was right and tight. And, that mindset, I was always comparing myself to the old self, but my body's different. I'm older. I have more muscle. That's going to make me heavier in the first place. It's going to
Yes.
be more of a shape too, right?
Yes. Yes.
But it took a while for me to let myself off the hook. My word for this year actually is release,
I love it. I love
and so
it.
I was, holding on
Right.
to,
Yes.
those things. And through that class, and I learned a lot of techniques that I teach my clients as well. But that was one of them. It's like, you have to take that morning time, because we roll out of bed, that alarm comes off, and we're like hurrying up. If
Go,
you're
go, go.
you're
Yes.
scurrying with your kids, you're like throwing on those clothes, you're never like saying, Thank you for this morning. Thank you for the day. Thank you for another opportunity. You know, even though I'm exhausted or tired, I got all these things going on, I am blessed. You know,
Yes.
I have
Yes.
limbs, I have my right
Right.
mind, you know, it's so many things. So that and prayer, meditation, and journaling is how,
Journaling. Yeah.
you know, and of course all the other stuff, you know, you go back to,
Yes.
you gradually like, okay, I need to stop eating biscuits. Chick-fil-A is
Right.
not, it's not gonna
It's not
that's not
working.
right, it's not working for my breakfast. And you know, when you go in that drive-through, you're gonna get the
More than
potato,
the Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
right. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and of course we as fitness professionals, we, you know, we know all that. How about we eat a fruit or a vegetable
Right.
or on the plate or eat from home? All this
Yes.
drive
Yes.
food, fast food things, you know, of
Yeah.
course all of that contributed, but you know, getting to where I am now, happy at weight, you know, is that is definitely the game changer, is having
Yes.
that morning me time.
Yes. So we, just to kind of like summarize, we have to take cognizance of our mindset to be able to do anything that we want to do. And from what I'm hearing, you're similar to me in that we have to go to our creator first. We have to spend that time with him so he can provide the mindset, because at the end of the day, he's the one you can do all things through to be successful with. So in order for us to be successful in just whether it is getting up to have things in place for your kid in the morning to go to school, or have your schedule running to make sure that you're doing the things that is necessary during the course of the day, we still have to have that opportunity to understand it's not just us doing something, but once we put it as God through us doing something, we can get through with what we need to do. And we all have challenges. Don't get us wrong. We all have challenges daily, but we have to have that mindset whereby we have to understand, who am I? I am the child of God. I am willing to change, as I would say. I am willing to change because it's not a me thing. It's I am God's child. So through whatever God tells me, I need to portray that in the things that I do, or portray that through the things that I do. So that's not a me thing. It's I am a child of God.
Yes, and his plan is so much better than ours, right?
Tell me.
We, you know, I would be in a completely different place right now if it was up to
Yes.
me.
Yes.
And and I know it wouldn't be better.
Right.
I'd
Right.
still be running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to
Yes.
do everything,
Everything. Yep.
everything, and putting myself and my body under scrutiny, right?
Yes.
And those types of things. So absolutely,
Right. So, and we are not saying that you don't have goals. A matter of fact, you need goals. I've heard you said about going back on stage. And as you rightly said, I'm the same way. I would love to go back on stage, but the stage not going anywhere. My mom would say it ain't running away. You could get there. No matter your age, you could get there. In the meantime, you still have to figure out what's going on within you and live and understand your internal to be able to be healthy and have a healthy lifestyle, in turn helping others, because that's our field, that's what we're doing, that's our talent. We want to share our talent with others and let them see that we have that journey too. You know, we have a journey to be able to help you based on what we're going through as well.
Right.
Yes.
That is absolutely correct.
Yeah. So I love the tips that you share, you know, your number 7 and number 8 rules. The first one being getting enough sleep, people. Come on now. That 8 hours of sleep. If you can't get it, I understand, but don't stress out about it, you know. try and get that rest, because at the end of the day, it's if you was only getting 4, try to get 5.
Correct. Exactly.
Don't stretch it. Don't go
Yes.
crazy on yourself. And as well as 7 minutes of breathing and resetting yourself. It's really important that you reset and get recharged so that you can do the things that you want to do and share your talent with others in whatever you're doing in your workplace, at your home, in your community, whatever you're doing, you have to be able to do that. And I love that you shared the things, the challenges that you have had and still have, in order to understand that even though we have challenges, we can still live in that opportunity that God has for us to do things for others and have a business. So tell me the name of your business again.
You go to heynicoleduncan.com. That is my that's my email, my website. And then through this process, I also started a nonprofit called Black Butterfly Charity.
Nice.
So, yes.
Okay. So we will share that on the description information in the YouTube and as well in the Spotify, so that we could connect, and people interested to working with Nicole, definitely hook up with her. As you can see, she has this spirit just bubbling out. She is a very good coach and mentor, if you're looking for a mentor as well. And lifestyle coaching is her thing. So get with her if you have, if you're in the Atlanta area. Yes,
because I'm in the Atlanta area.
Yeah, because
I do have
online as well.
Yes, many of my clients are online.
Yes. So this is New Beginnings, and every day we have a new beginning. And every day we have to say, I am willing to change, and I'm willing to and ready to accept things to help me change. All right. So this is not just saying it, but you have to think about it deeply inside to be able to understand that you need to do this. So I want to thank you so much, Nicole, for coming on. And I am grateful for your story being shared. And we here at New Beginnings are thankful for all that you have done in your life to help others. So people, please follow Nicole online, Facebook, Instagram. We'll get her tags on there for you, and follow her journey. Yeah. And I'm going to do this. We both are going to get on stage. You never know. We could do it together. They'll be like, oh, where these old fogies going? Right there on stage. We could do this together. All right. You have anything to add, sweetie?
No, I wish everyone a wonderful and blessed day. And
yes.
And a blessed day, a blessed week, a blessed year.
Yes. Okay, because this is the end of January, but you know what? We have 11 more months to go. Let's keep going, keep the momentum going, and live healthy, people. Yes. All right. Thank you again. And this is New Beginnings podcast with Michelle. And today we had Nicole, Miss Nicole Duncan, IFBB Pro in the fitness, and also a life coach. Check her out online. We would talk soon, guys. Thank you so much for being on here. See you soon.